M. Henry to Sadran. M. Henry to Gerbez. M. Henry to Gerbez short of a length and angling down the leg side. 129.4 kmph. Gerbez sways away from it. J. Duffy to Sadran. J Duffy to R Gurbaz. Cricket fans, don't blink. J Duffy to R Gurbaz back of a length and around leg. 136.9 kmph. Gurbaz gets on top of the bounce and dabs it down to square leg for a single. M. Henry to R Gurbaz. Something feels different right now. M. Henry to Sadran. M. Henry to R Gurbaz.
गया और इधर बल्लेबाजों ने दूसरी दौड़ के साथ साथ तीसरी
M. Henry to ICC Sadran. J. Duffy to R. Gerbez. That's raced away to the fence. J. Duffy to R. Gurbaz Endel, Bandy, 4. Punished, Endel/Bandy, short of a length and a round off. Gurbaz opens his stance, gets on top of the bounce, and pulls it to deep mid-wicket for a boundary. M. Henry to Iksadran. The stumps are shattered. M. Henry to Iksadran back of a length and a round off. Iksadran swivels and looks to pull but misses. The ball hits his front thigh pad and rolls down to backward point for a leg butt. An appeal goes up for LBW but the umpire turns it down. That changes the equation completely. The stumps are shattered. M. Henry to Iksadran back of a length and a round off. Iksadran swivels and looks to pull but misses. The ball hits his back thigh pad and rolls down to backward point for a leg butt. An appeal goes up for LBW but the umpire turns it down. However, New Zealand refer it upstairs. The third umpire is called in and there is no bat involved as per the Ultra Edge. That changes the equation completely. That's a massive breakthrough. M. Henry to Iksadran back of a length and a round off. Iksadran swivels and looks to pull but M. Henry to R. Gurbaz. This is where matches are won or lost. M. Henry to R. Gurbaz short of a length and a round off. 131.9 kmph. Gurbaz swivels a bit early and looks to pull but misses. Gets hit on his right. L. Ferguson to Sadran. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. L. Ferguson to Sadran out. Taken. Gone. Ferguson's, the stumps are shattered. L. Ferguson to Sadran Andal, Bandy, out. Taken. Gone. Ferguson strikes on his very first delivery and draws first blood. Andal / Bandy, over the wicket. Back of a length and outside off. Sadran gets up on his toes and throws his hands at it. Looks to cut but fails to get on top of the bounce. Ends up slicing it off the outer half of the bat to backward point, where Phillips gets across to his right a bit and snaffles it reverse cup around his shoulders. Enda, NBSP. That changes the equation completely. L. Ferguson to G. Nave. L. Ferguson to R. Gurbaz. L. Ferguson to G. Nave. L. Ferguson to R. Gurbaz. One good over can change everything in cricket. Gone. Cleaned him up. L. Ferguson to R. Gurbaz. Endel, Bandy, out. Knocked him over. Woahs. Ferguson has his man. Endel/Bandy, terrific slower ball, full and around off. The ball curves back in from wide of the crease. Gurbaz gets forward but gets deceived by the change of pace. The ball takes a bit of inside edge of the bat and goes on to crash into the off stump. Endel, Bandy, Afghanistan lose their second in the power play. Endel/Bandy, J. Nisham to G. Nave. J. Nisham to S. Atal. J. Nisham to G. Nave. Jainisham to S et al. Something feels different right now. Jainisham to G-Nave. The stumps are shattered. Jainisham to G-Nave Endel, Bandy, beaten, Endel/Bandy, hard length and outside off, moving away. 130.2 kmph. Nave tries to push at it but his feet don't ans, go anywhere. Gets beaten on the outside edge. That changes the equation completely. M. Santner to S et al. M. Santner to G-Nave. M. Santner to S et al. M. Santner to S. Atal slows it up, full and around off. Atal uses his feet and drives it to long off for a single. J. Nisham to S. Atal. J. Nisham to G. Nabe. J. Nisham to S. Atal. Cricket fans, don't blink. J Nisham to S Atal back of a length and around middle. 130.8 kmph. Atal gets up on his toes and tucks M Santner to G Nave. M Santner to S Atal. M Santner to G Nave. Gone. Cleaned him up. M Santner to G Nave slows it up, full and around off. Nave lunges and works it away to deep mid-wicket for a single. That changes the equation completely. G Phillips to G Nave. Big wicket at a crucial time. G Phillips to G Nave over the wicket. Good length on the middle and leg line. Nave flicks it to the left of diving Duffy at short fine leg. G Phillips to S Atal. The stumps are shattered. G Phillips to S Atal around the wicket. Good length outside the off stump. And a NBSP, Sidikalop, big wicket at a crucial time. G Phillips to S Atal around the wicket. 90.3 km/h. Good length outside the off stump. And a G Phillips to G Nave. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. G. Phillips to G. Nabe over the wicket. 95.5 km/h. G. Phillips to S. et al. G. Phillips to G. Nabe. That ball is gone. Massive 6. G. Phillips to G. Nabe 6 runs. Gulbadan Nabe flexes his bicep. G. Phillips to G. Nabe. Gone. Cleaned him up. G. Phillips to G. Nabe good length on the off and middle. 96.1 km/h. Nabe tucks it to deep mid-wicket for a single. Endel, Bandy, 12 runs off the over. Endel/Bandy. L. Ferguson to G. Nabe. Big wicket at a crucial time. L. Ferguson to G. Nabe over the wicket. Length ball angled into the off stump. 142.5 km/h. Nabe flicks it to deep mid-wicket for a single. That changes the equation completely. L. Ferguson to S. et al. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. L. Ferguson to S. et al. Full and outside the off stump. And a, NBSP. That changes the equation. The stumps are shattered. L. Ferguson to S. et al. Full and outside the off stump. And a, NBSP. Sidikala drives it off the inside half of the bat to the left of long on for a brace. That changes the equation completely. L. Ferguson to S. et al. Gone. Cleaned him up. L. Ferguson to S. et al. Short of a length angled across the southpaw from outside leg. 143 kilometers per hour. That changes the equation completely. That's a massive breakthrough. Big wicket at a crude. That's a massive breakthrough. L. Ferguson to S. et al. Short of a length angled across the southpaw from outside leg. 143 kilometers per hour. Enda, NBSP, Sidikala jumps back and tucks it to deep backward square leg for a run. That changes the equation completely. L. Ferguson to G. Nave. Something feels different right now. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. L. Ferguson to G. Nave short of a length angled back into the stumps from outside off. Hurry, L. Ferguson to S. et al. Cricket fans, don't blink. L. Ferguson to S. et al. Short of a length on the leg and middle. Enda, NBSP, Sidikala clips it to the right of short fine leg for 1. L. Ferguson to G. Nave. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. L. Ferguson to G. Nave back of a length outside the off stump. 139.3 kilometers per hour. Nave clears his front leg and goes for a flat batted hack down the ground. That changes the equation completely. Big wicket at a crucial time. L. Ferguson to G. Nave back of a length outside the off stump. 139.3 kilometers per hour. Nave clears his front leg and goes for a flat batted hack down the ground. Mistimed hit but beats the bowler and's dive to his right for a couple of runs to the left of long on. That changes the equation completely. J. Nisham to S. et al. One good over can change everything in cricket. Oh, that's beautifully timed. J. Nisham to S. et al. 4 runs, Enda, NBSP, Sidikala et al. Break. What a shot. Pure class. J. Nisham to S. et al. 4 runs, Enda, NBSP, Sidikala et al. Brings class, power and precision combined. J. Nisham to S. et al. 4 runs, Enda, NBSP, Sidikala et al. Brings class to the picture. J. Nisham to S. et al. Big wicket at a crucial time. J. Nisham to S. et al. Back of a length on the middle and off. Et al. Clips it through mid-wicket for a brace. That changes the equation completely. J. Nisham to S. et al. Gone. Cleaned him up. J. Nisham to S. et al. Short of a length out. Up goes the finger. Gone. Up goes the finger. Up goes the finger. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. J. Nisham to S. et al. Short of a length outside the off stump. Enda, NBSP, Sidikala slaps it to the right of GP at deep point for a single. That changes the equation completely. That's raced away to the fence. J Nisham to G Nabe 4 runs. The crowd loves it. What a shot. Pure class. J Nisham to G Nabe 4 runs. 100 up for Afghanistan. He's found the gap perfectly. J Nisham to G Nabe 4 runs. 100 up for Afghanistan. A loosener from Nisham and Nabe puts it away. A low full toss down the leg side. Pace off. 108.8 kilometers per hour. The crowd loves it. J Nisham to G Nabe. High, handsome and over the ropes. J Nisham to G Nabe 6 runs. Hello and goodbye. The pressure is quietly building here. J Nisham to G Nabe. J Nisham to G Nabe low full toss on the middle and leg line at 125.9 kilometers per hour. Nabe flicks it to the left of deep backward square leg for a single. Endel, Bandy, 18 off the over. Endel/Bandy. Gone. Cleaned him up. M. Santner to G Nabe around the wicket. Tossed up, full and on the off stump. That changed. The stumps are shattered. M. Santner to G Nabe around the wicket. Tossed up, full and on the off stump. Nabe gets to the pitch of the ball on the M. Santner to S. et al. One good over can change everything in cricket. That's a massive breakthrough. M. Santner to S. et al. Over the wicket. Full on the middle stump line. That changes the equation completely. M. Santner to S. et al. The pressure is quietly building here. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. M. Santner to S. et al. Good length outside off. Clever from Santner on C and Ganda, NBSP, Sida. M. Santner to G Nabe. That's a massive breakthrough. M. Santner to G Nabe around the wicket. Tossed up, wide outside the off stump. That changes the equation completely. The stumps are shattered. M. Santner to G Nabe around the wicket. 78.5 kilometers per hour. Tossed up, M. Santner to S. et al. Cricket fans, don't blink. The stumps are shattered. M. Santner to S. et al. Over the wicket. Tossed up, full on the middle stump line. That changes the. That's a massive breakthrough. M. Santner to S. et al. Over the wicket. Tossed up, Full on the middle stump line. Enda, NBSP. The stumps are shattered. M. Santner to G. Nabe around the wicket. Good length on the off stump. That changes the equation completely. Gone. Cleaned him up. M. Santner to G. Nabe around the wicket. 92.1 km/h. Good length on the off stump. Nabe tucks it to deep mid-wicket for a single. That changes the equation completely. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. M. Santner to G. Nabe around the wicket. 92.1 km/h. Good length on the off stump. Nabe tucks it to deep mid-wicket for a single. Endel, bandy, drinks break. Endel/bandy. That changes the equation completely. Muscle and timing. What a hit. J. Duffy to G. Nabe 6 runs. Welcome back into the attack. Duffy, muscle and timing. What a hit. J. Duffy to G. Nabe 6 runs. Welcome back into the attack. Duffy, high, handsome and over the ropes. J. Duffy to G. Nabe 6 runs. Welcome back into the attack. Duffy. J. Duffy to G. Nabe. J. Duffy to G. Nabe 50 up for Gulbadan. Nabe off 29 balls. Something feels different right now. Gone. Cleaned him up. J. Duffy to G. Nabe 50 up for Gulbadan. Nabe off 29 balls. Flex your biceps. That's a massive breakthrough. J. Duffy to G. Nabe 50 up for Gulbadan. Nabe off 29 balls. Flex your biceps, man. J. Duffy to S. et al. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. J. Duffy to S. Atal wicket. Jacob Duffy breaks the partnership. That change gone. Cleaned him up. J. Duffy to S. Atal wicket. Jacob Duffy breaks the partnership. Brilliant change of pace from the star seamer. Atal ends, as stay comes to an end. That changes the equation completely. The stumps are shattered. J. Duffy to S. Atal wicket. Jacob Duffy breaks the partnership. Brilliant change of, that's a massive breakthrough. J. Duffy to S. Atal wicket. Jacob Duffy breaks the partnership. Brilliant change of pace from the star seamer. Atal ends, as stay comes to an end. Short and outside off. 125.2 km/h. Enda, NBSP, Sidikula fails to read the slower ball and is way too early to the pull and fails to control the stroke as it gets big on him. That's a massive breakthrough. J. Duffy to S. Atal Endel, Bandy, wicket. Jacob Duffy breaks the partnership. J. Duffy to D. Rasuli. The stumps are shattered. J. Duffy to D. Rasuli full and outside the off stump. 136.6 km/h. Enda, NB, J. Duffy to D. Rasuli. The pressure is quietly building here. That's a massive breakthrough. J. Duffy to D. Rasuli short ball, banged in outside off and angled in towards Anda, NBSP, J. Duffy to G. Nave. Something feels different right now. Oh, that's beautifully timed. J. Duffy to G. Nave top edge and this one goes over Seifert for 4 runs. The crowd loves it. What a shot. Pure class. J. Duffy to G. Nave top edge and this one goes over Seifert for 4 runs. Short of a length outside the off stump. The crowd loves it. Power and precision combined. J. Duffy to G. Nave Endel, Bandy, top edge and this one goes over Seifert for 4 runs. M. Santner to D. Rasuli. Gone. Cleaned him up. M. Santner to D. Rasuli good length outside off. That changes the equation completely. Gone. M. Santner to G. The stumps are shattered. M. Santner to G. Nave. Up goes the finger. M. Santner to G. Nave. That's a massive breakthrough. M. Santner to G. Nave 79.3 km/h. Slightly short and outside off. M. Santner to D. Rasuli. Big wicket at a crucial time. M. Santner to D. Rasuli, good length outside off. That changes the equation completely. That's a massive breakthrough. M. Santner to D. Rasuli, good length outside off. 79.7 km/h. Enda, M. Santner to G. Nave. M. Santner to D. Rasuli. M. Santner to D. Rasuli, full on the off stump. Enda, NBSB, Rasuli steps back and punches it to long off for a single. L. Ferguson to D. Rasuli. That's a massive breakthrough. L. Ferguson to D. Rasuli over the wicket. Length ball angling in around the off stump. 139.7 km/h. That changes the equation completely. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. L. Ferguson to D. Rasuli over the wicket. Length ball angling in around the off stump. 139.7 km/h. Enda, NBSB, Rasuli backs away and lifts it off the inside half of the bat to the left. L. Ferguson to D. Rasuli. One good over can change everything in cricket. That ball is gone. Massive 6. L. Ferguson to D. Rasuli, 6 runs. Darwishan. NB. L. Ferguson to D. Rasuli. The pressure is quietly building here. L. Ferguson to D. Rasuli nails the Yorker on the stumps. 122.2 km/h. Slower one as well. L. Ferguson to D. Rasuli nails the Yorker on the stumps. 122.2 km/h. Slower one as well. And L. Ferguson to G. Nave. Cricket fans, don't blink. L. Ferguson to D. Rasuli. Oh, that's beautifully timed. L. Ferguson to D. Rasuli 4 runs. Super inside out against Lockie. The crowd loves it. Power and precision combined. L. Ferguson to D. Rasuli 4 runs. Super inside out against Lockie. Full and outside the off stump. 146.4 km/h. The crowd loves it. R. Ravindra to G. Nave. High, handsome and over the ropes. R. Ravindra to G. Nave 6 runs. Rakin Ravinda gets a grand welcome. Around the wicket, muscle and timing. What a hit. R. Ravindra to G. Nave 6 runs. Rakin Ravinda gets a grand welcome. Around the wicket. Flight delivery. 91.8 km/h, into the slot outside off. One good over can change everything in cricket. Muscle and timing. What a hit. R. Ravindra to G. Nave Endel, Bandy, 6 runs. Rakin Ravinda gets a grand welcome. R. Ravindra to G. Nave. Gone. Cleaned him up. R. Ravindra to G. Nave wicket. In the air and taken by Seifert. That changes the equation. Gone. Cleaned him up. R. Ravindra to G. Nave wicket. In the air and taken by Seifert. Rakin Ravindra has the last laugh on Gulbadan Nave. 96.5 km/h. That changes the equation completely. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. R. Ravindra to G. Nave wicket. In the air and taken by Seifert. Rakin Ravindra has the last Up goes the finger. He has to walk. R. Ravindra to G. Nabe wicket. In the air and taken by Seifert. Rakin Ravindra has the last laugh on Gulbadan Nabe. 96.5 km/h. Tossed up again, just pulls his length back, but still full and wide outside off. Nabe gets down on a knee for another big launch down the ground. This time, he is not R. Ravindra to A. Omarze. This is where matches are won or lost. That's a massive breakthrough. R. Ravindra to A. Omarze full and outside off. That changes the equation completely. Gone. Cleaned him up. R. Ravindra to A. Omarze full and outside off. Enda, NBSP, Omarze makes room and up goes the finger. He has to walk. R. Ravindra to A. Omarze full and outside off. 97.9 km/h. R. Ravindra to D. Rasuli. One good over can change everything in cricket. R. Ravindra to D. Rasuli 96 km/h. Full on the middle and leg line. Enda, NBSP, Rasuli bends his back knee. R. Ravindra to A. Omarze. The stumps are shattered. R. Ravindra to A. Omarze good length wide outside off. 93 km/h. That changes, that's a massive breakthrough. R. Ravindra to A. Omarze good length wide outside off. 93 km/h. Clever bowling from Rakin. That is huge. Into the stands. R. Ravindra to A. Omarze 6 runs. Keep watching, this over could change the match. Muscle and timing. What a hit. R. Ravindra to A. Omarze 6 runs. This time Enda, NB, muscle and timing. What a hit. R. Ravindra to A. Omarze 6 runs. This time Enda, NBSP, Omarze connects and goes big. First 6 for the all-rounder. 98.4 km/h. Length ball wide outside off, that is huge. Into the stands. R. Ravindra to A. Omarze Endel, Bandy, 6 runs. This time Enda, NBSP, Omarze connects and goes big. First 6 for the all-rounder, Endel/Bandy, 98.4 km. M. Henry to D. Rasuli. Gone. Cleaned him up. M. Henry to D. Rasuli wicket. Hit hard but straight to GP, Enda, that's a massive breakthrough. M. Henry to D. Rasuli wicket. Hit hard but straight to GP, Enda, NBSP, Rasuli ends, up goes the finger. He has to walk. M. Henry to D. Rasuli wicket. Hit hard but straight to GP, Enda, NBSP, Rasuli ends, S cameo comes to an end. Matt Henry strikes for the first time in this WC. Over the wicket. Short, that's a massive breakthrough. M. Henry to D. Rasuli Endel, Bandy, wicket. Hit hard but straight to GP, Enda, NBSP, Rasuli ends, S cameo comes to an end. Matt Henry strikes for the first time in this WC. Endel/Bandy, over the wicket. Short of a length into the pitch. 119 km/h, pace off and outside off. Enda, NBSP, Rasuli pulls hard but can only find Phillips at deep mid-wicket as he fails to middle the stroke. That changes the equation. M. Henry to M. Nabi. M. Henry to M. Nabi, good length on the off stump, 130.6 km per hour. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. M. Henry to M. Nabi, good length on the off stump, 130.6 km per hour. Nabi stays back and knocks it with soft hands towards short mid-wicket for a run to get off the mark. That changes the equation completely. M. Henry to A. Omarze. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. M. Henry to A. Omarze, bouncer, a good one from Henry, outside the off stump. M. Henry to A. Omarze. Gone. Cleaned him up. M. Henry to A. Omarze, 118.3 km per hour. Slower back of a length, that's a massive breakthrough. M. Henry to M. Nabi, very full and outside off. That changes the equation completely. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. M. Henry to M. Nabi, 130.9 km per hour. Very full and outside off. Nabi backs away and reaches out for it in the end, slicing it to deep cover point for a single. That M. Henry to A. Omarze. High, handsome and over the ropes. M. Henry to A. Omarze, 6 runs. That is sheer class and brute force from Anda, and BSB, high, handsome and over the ropes. M. Henry to A. Omarze, 6 runs. That is sheer class and brute force from Anda, and BSB, muscle and timing. What a hit. M. Henry to A. Omarze, Endel, Bandy, 6 runs. That is huge. Into the stands. M. Henry to A. Omarze, Endel, Bandy, 6 runs. That is sheer class and brute force from Anda, and BSB, Omarze. Spoils Henry Ans, S over with a bang. Endel / Bandy, short of a length outside the off. L. Ferguson to M. Nabi. That ball is gone. Massive 6, muscle and timing. That ball is gone. Massive 6. L. Ferguson to M. Nabi, 6 runs. It ends, S. The president ends, L. Ferguson to M. Nabi. Cricket fans, don't blink. L. Ferguson to A. Omarze. L. Ferguson to M. Nabi. F Faruqi to T Seifert. Something feels different right now. Power and precision combined. F. Faruqi to T. Seifert Endel, Bandy, 4. Whacked. Endel/Bandy, full and outside off. Round the wicket. 134 kmph. Seifert gets forward. Rahman to F. Allen. Rahman to T. Seifert. Rahman to F. Allen. Rahman to R. Ravindra. Big wicket at a crucial time. Rahman to R. Ravindra Endel, Bandy, out. Knocked him over. 2-2 for Majid. Wows. He is over the moon. Endel/Bandy, flight, much fuller and around middle. Rahman to G. Phillips. A Omarze to T Seifert. A Omarze to G Phillips. to T Seifert. Rahman to G Phillips. Rahman to T Seifert. Rahman to T Seifert short and around middle, tucked it to square leg off the back foot. Rahman to T Seifert short and around middle. Seifert tries to nudge but misses. The ball gets deflected to cover off his back pad. F. Farooqi to G. Phillips. F. Farooqi to T. Seifert. The stumps are shattered. F. Faruqi to T. Seifert back of a length and around off. Seifert rides the bounce and nudges it to deep mid-wicket. F. Faruqi to T. Seifert. Rahman to G. Phillips. Cricket fans, don't blink. Rahman to G. Phillips short and on the pads, tucked it to square leg off the front foot. Archon to G Phillips. Archon to T Seifert. Archon to G Phillips. Sharafi to G Phillips. Sharafi to T Seifert. Cricket fans, don't blink. Sharify to G. Phillips. Sharify to T. Seifert. Something feels different right now. Sharify to T. Seifert drifting in, full and on the pads. Seifert gets across on his front foot and flicks it to the right of long on for a brace. A. Omarze to G. Phillips. Keep watching, this over could change the match. A. Omarze to T. Seifert. A. Omarze to G. Phillips. A. Omarze to T. Seifert. A. Omarze to T. Seifert short of a good length and around middle. Seifert tucks it to deep square leg for a single off his back foot. This is where matches are won or lost. Archon to T. Seifert. Archon to G. Phillips. Arkan to M Chapman. Arkan to T Seifert. Arkan to M Chapman. To T Seifert. Keep watching, this over could change the match. That's a massive breakthrough. Gone. That's a massive break. Up goes the finger. Gone. Gone. Cleaned him up, big wicket, gone. Cleaned him up, big wicket at a crucial time. Sharafi to T Seifert over the wicket. Slower, short and outside off. Enda, NBSP, Seifert hops and gets on top of it. That changes the equation completely. Sharafi to M Chapman. Cricket fans, don't blink. What a shot. Pure class. Sharafi to M Chapman 4 runs. Dismissive from Markanda, NBSP, that's raced away to the fence. Sharafi to M Chapman 4 runs. Dismissive from Markanda, NBSP, Chapman. 134.4 kilometers per hour. Short of a length on the body of the southpaw. The crowd loves it. Sharafi to M Chapman. Something feels different right now. Big wicket at a crucial time. Sharafi to M Chapman back of a length outside the off stump. 134, that's a massive breakthrough. Sharafi to M Chapman back of a length outside the off stump. 134.8 kilometers per hour. Enda, NBSP. Chapman backs away and slaps it to the left of sliding Ismatullah Omarze at deep cover for a brace. That changes, big wicket at a crucial time. Sharafi to M Chapman short of a length outside the off stump. Enda, NBSP. That changes the equation completely. Shurafai to T Seifert. The stumps are shattered. Shurafai to T Seifert 105.9 km per hour. Pace off, short of a length outside the off stump. Enda, NBSP, Seifert pulls it to deep mid-wicket for a single. That changes the equation completely. Archon to T Seifert. Archon to M. Chapman. Keep watching, this over could change the match. The stumps are shattered. Archon to M. Chapman shorter and outside off. That changes the equation completely. Gone. Cleaned him up. Archon to M. Chapman shorter and outside off. Enda, NBSB, Chapman rocks back and pulls it to short mid-wicket. That changes the equation completely. M. Nabi to T. Seifert. Muscle and timing. What a hit. M. Nabi to T. Seifert 6 runs. Poor delivery from the experienced Nabi Andanda. Muscle and timing. What a hit. M. Nabi to T. Seifert 6 runs. Poor delivery from the experienced. That ball is gone. Massive 6. M. Nabi to T. Seifert 6 runs. Poor delivery from the experienced Nabi Andanda. M. Nabi to T. Seifert. That is huge. Into the stands. M. Nabi to T. Seifert 6 more. Time and dot, NBSP, Seifert is on, high, handsome and over the ropes. M. Nabi to T. Seifert 6 more. Time and dot, NBSP, that is huge. Into the stands. M. Nabi to T. Seifert Endel, Bandy, 6 more. Time and dot, and M. Nabi to T. Seifert. This is where matches are won or lost. He's found the gap perfectly. M. Nabi to T. Seifert 4 runs. This time on the offside and all along the ground. The crowd loves it. M. Nabi to T. Seifert. One good over can change everything in cricket. Gone. Cleaned him up. M. Nabi to T. Seifert wicket. Finally, something to celebrate for Mohammad Nabi. Gone. Cleaned him up. M. Nabi to T. Seifert wicket. Finally, something to celebrate for Mohammad Nabi. Tim Seifert falls after a brilliant knock. He has done his job. That changes the equation completely. Gone. Cleaned him up. M. Nabi to T. Seifert wicket. Finally, something to celebrate for Mohammad Nabi. The stumps are shattered. M. Nabi to T. Seifert wicket. Finally, something to celebrate for Mohammad Nabi. Tim Seifert, up goes the finger. He has to walk. M. Nabi to T. Seifert wicket. Finally, something to celebrate for Mohammad Nabi. Gone. Cleaned him up. M. Nabi to T. Seifert Endel, Bandy, wicket. Finally, something to M. Nabi to D. Mitchell. M. Nabi to D. Mitchell full, around the leg stump line. M. Nabi to D. Mitchell full, around the leg stump line. 82 km/h. Mitchell lunges forward. M. Nabi to D. Mitchell full, around the leg stump line. 82 km/h. Mitchell lunges forward, nudging it through forward square leg for a brace to get off the mark. Something feels different right now. Big wicket at a crucial time. Arkan to M. Chapman over the wicket. 94.9 km/h. Full on the stumps are shattered. Arkan to M. Chapman over the wicket. 94.9 km/h. Full on the power and precision combined. Arkan to D. Mitchell 4 runs. The crowd loves it. What a shot. Pure class. Arkan to D. Mitchell 4 runs. Hyperactive Dari Landa, NBSP, Mitchell is in action now. 95.8 km/h. Full, outside the off stump. The crowd loves it. Arkan to D. Mitchell. Cricket fans, don't blink. Arkan to D. Mitchell full on the leg stump line. This is where matches are won or lost. The stumps are shattered. Arkan to D. Mitchell 95 km/h. Full on the leg stump line. Enda, NBSP, Mitchell, Arkan to M. Chapman. Keep watching, this over could change the match. Gone. Cleaned him up. Arkan to M. Chapman around the wicket. Leg break, on a length spinning into the stumps from outside off. 95.5 km/h. That changes the equation completely. Arkan to D. Mitchell. The stumps are shattered. Arkan to D. Mitchell over the wicket. On a length outside the off stump. 89.5 km/h. Enda, NBSP, Mitchell presses forward and works it with soft hands to the right of long on for a couple. That changes. Arkan to D. Mitchell. The stumps are shattered. Arkan to D. Mitchell tossed up, full and outside the off stump. 86 km/h. That changes the equation completely. Big wicket at a crucial time. Arkan to D. Mitchell tossed up, full and outside the off stump. 86 km/h. Enda, NBSP, Mitchell lunges forward and nudges it with soft hands to cow corner for a single this time. Endel, Bandy, drinks break, Endel/Bandy. That changes the equation completely. The stumps are shattered. The stumps are shattered. Archon to D. Mitchell tossed up, full and outs, up goes the finger. He has to walk. Rahman to D. Mitchell over the wicket. Shorter on the off stump. That changes the Rahman to M. Chapman. That's a massive break. Rahman to M. Chapman. That's a massive breakthrough. Rahman to M. Chapman around the wicket. Short, dart. That's a massive breakthrough. Rahman to M. Chapman around the wicket. Short, darted into the leg stump line. Enda, NBSP. Rahman to D. Mitchell. That's a massive breakthrough. Rahman to D. Mitchell over the wicket. Good length on the off stump. Rahman to M. Chapman. Muscle and timing. Rahman to M. Chapman. High. Hands. Rahman to M. Chapman. High. Handsome and over the ropes. High. Handsome and over the ropes. Muscle and timing. What a hit. Rahman to M. Chapman. Big wicket at a crucial time. Rahman to M. Chapman shorter and outside off. That changes the equation completely. That's a massive breakthrough. Rahman to M. Chapman shorter and outside off. Enda, NBSP. Chapman rocks back and cuts it to the left of A. Omarze to D. Mitchell. That's a massive breakthrough. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell over the wicket. 135.9 kilometers per hour. That changes the equation completely. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell over the wicket. 135.9 kilometers. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell over the wicket. 135.9 kilometers. The stumps are shattered. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell over the wicket. 135.9 kilometers per hour. High full toss, angling into the off stump line. Surprise Sanda, NBSP, Mitchell, who manages to tuck it to square leg for a single. Took the bottom hand off the bat as well at the point of contact. Is it above the waist height? TV umpire is having a look at it. That changes the equation completely. The stumps are shattered. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell over the wicket. 135.9 km/h. High full toss, angling into the off-stump line. Surprise Sanda, NBSP, Mitchell, who manages to tuck it to square leg for A. Omarze to M. Chapman. A. Omarze to M. Chapman free hit. Slower ball. Gone. Cleaned him up. A. Omarze to M. Chapman free hit. Slower ball, short of a length, pitching on leg and A. Omarze to M. Chapman. Up goes the finger. He has to walk. A. Omarze to M. Chapman around the wicket. Good length outside off. That changes the equation completely. Gone. Cleaned him up. A. Omarze to M. Chapman around the wicket. Good length outside off. 130 point. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell. Cricket fans, don't blink. Big wicket at a crucial time. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell over the wicket. 117.7 km/h. Back of A. Omarze to M. Chapman. The stumps are shattered. A. Omarze to M. Chapman wicket. Soft dismissal, and a, NBSP, Chapman finds extra cover, up goes the finger. He has to walk. A. Omarze to M. Chapman wicket. Soft dismissal, and a, NB, that's a massive breakthrough. A. Omarze to M. Chapman wicket. Soft dismissal, and a, NBSP, Chapman finds extra cover. Is there a late twist in the tail? Around the wicket. Full, outside leg, following Enda, NBSP, Chapman, who is backing away down leg to make room. That changes the equation completely. Gone. Cleaned him up. A. Omarze to M. Chapman wicket. Soft dismissal, and a, NBSP, Chap, up goes the finger. He has to walk. A. Omarze to M. Chapman Endel, Bandy, wicket. Soft dismissal, and a, NBSP, A. Omarze to M. Santner. Cricket fans, don't blink. That's a massive breakthrough. A. Omarze to M. Santner short of a length in the channel outside the off stump. 133.2 km/h, gone. Cleaned him up. A. Omarze to M. Santner short of a length in the channel outside the off stump. 100, that's a massive breakthrough. A. Omarze to M. Santner short of a length in the channel outside the off stump. 133.2 A. Omarze to M. Santner. The stumps are shattered. A. Omarze to M. Santner and again. On a length just outside the off stump. 136, that's a massive breakthrough. A. Omarze to M. Santner and again. On a length just outside the off stump. 136 km/h. This 1-2 holds its line. Enda, NBSP, Santner is not moving his feet again. That changes, gone. Cleaned him up. A. Omarze to M. Santner and again. on a length just outside the off stump. 1. That's a massive breakthrough. A Omarze to M Santner Endel, Bandy, and again. Endel/Bandy, on a length just outside the off stump. 136 km/h. This one, too, holds its line. Enda, NBSP, Santner is not moving his feet again. Tries to defend, Sharifai to D. Mitchell. The stumps are shattered. Sharifai to D. Mitchell over the wicket. Yorker, tailing into the middle stump line. That changes the equation completely. The stumps are shattered. The stumps are shattered, big wicket at a crucial time. Sharifai to D. Mitchell over the wicket. 1 hut, Sharifai to D. Mitchell. The stumps are shattered, Sharifai to D. Mitchell, big wicket at a crucial time. Sharifai to D. Mitchell, slower ball into the wicket. That, up goes the finger. He has to walk, up goes the finger. He has to walk, big wicket at a that's a massive breakthrough. Sharifai to D. Mitchell, slower ball into the wicket. Short of a length outside off. Dari Landa, big wicket at a crucial time. Sharifai to D. Mitchell, slower ball into the wicket. Short of a length outside off. Dari Landa, NBSP, Mitchell is early through his pull, toe ending it to long on for a run. That changes the equation completely. Sharifai to M Santner Yorker. Sharifai to M Santner Yorker, on the middle and off line. Mitchell Landa, NBSP, Santner gets his bat down. Sharifai to M Santner. Sharifai to M Santner. Santner is off the mark. Something feels different right now. Sharifai to M Santner. Santner is off the mark. Yorker, around the off stump. Sharifai to M Santner. Santner is off the mark. Yorker, around the off stump. Enda, NBSP, Santner digs it to mid-off for a quick single. Nobby, the experienced Nobby. One good over can change everything in cricket. He's found a gap. Sharifai to M. Oh, that's beautifully timed. Sharifai to M Santner 4 runs. The crowd loves it. Oh, that's beautifully timed. Oh, that's beautifully timed. He's found the gap perfectly. Sharifai to M Santner 4 runs. Part-time, that's raced away to the fence. What a shot. Pure class. Power and precision combined. Sharifai to M. Oh, that's power and precision combined. He's found the gap perfectly. Sharifai to M Santner. High, handsome and over the ropes. That is huge. High, handsome and over the ropes. Muscle and that ball is gone. That is huge. Muscle and timing. What a hit. High, handsome and over the ropes. Muscle and timing. High, hands, that is huge. Into the stands. Shurafai to M. Santner 6 runs. That ball is gone. Massive 6. Shurafai to M. Santner 6 runs. Terrific stroke from the New Zealand skipper. The Black Caps are on the verge of history at Shepparton. Shurafai misses his Yorker. Mid-off is up and game over. Full toss on the stumps. Enda, NBSB, Santner stays leg side of it, gets under it and hits through the line to D. Mitchell. The pressure is quietly building here. Gone. Cleaned him up. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell over the wicket. Short of a length outside the off stump. That changes the equation completely. That's a massive breakthrough. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell over the wicket. Short of a length out, the stumps are shattered, gone. A. Omarze to M. Santner. Keep watching, this over could change the match. Power and precision combined. A. Omarze to M. Santner 4 runs. A hat-trick of boundaries for Mitchell Landa, NBSB, Santner. The crowd loves it. A. Omarze to M. Santner. A. Omarze to M. Santner 136.1 km per hour. Good length. The stumps are shattered. A. Omarze to M. Santner 136.1 km per hour. Good length, angled into the middle stump line from outside off. That changes the equation completely. Big wicket at a crucial time. A. Omarze to M. Santner 136.1 km per hour. Good length, angled. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell. Keep watching, this over could change the match. That is huge. Into the stands. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell 6 runs. The scores are level now. Over the wicket. This is where matches are won or lost. Muscle and timing. What a hit. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell 6 runs. The scores are level now. That is huge. Into the stands. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell 6 runs. The scores are level now. Over the wicket. High full toss outside the off stump. Enda, NBSB, Mitchell clears his front leg and hacks it powerfully over mid-wicket for a maximum. Meanwhile, he wants a review for the possible no ball. The pressure is quietly building here. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell. Gone. Cleaned him up. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell, another full toss. 135.3 kilometers per hour, outside the off stump. Enda, NBSP, Mitchell gets forward and knocks it to long on for a single. That changes the equation completely. Gone. Cleaned him up. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell, another full toss. 135.3 kilometers per hour, outside the off stump. Enda, NBSP, Mitchell gets forward and knocks it to long on for a single. New Zealand start their T20 WC 2026 campaign with a thumping 5-wicket win over Afghanistan, taking revenge for the hammering they received. Gone. Cleaned him up. A. Omarze to D. Mitchell, another full toss. 135.3 kilometers per hour, outside the off stump. Enda, NBSP, Mitchell gets forward and knocks it to long on for a single. Endel, Bandy, New Zealand start their T20 WC 2026 campaign with a thumping 5-wicket win over Afghanistan, taking revenge for the hammering they received in Guyana in 2024. This is also NZ's highest ever successful run chase in the T20 WCS, Endel/Bandy. That changes the equation completely.